Hi, hello, welcome all. So myself Praveen. So thanks for your support. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the types of PLCs and power up. Okay. So why this is important? If you want to become a good project engineer, you must know how to select the PLC. So before going to select the PLC, you should know the types of PLCs. So that technical specifications, if you know, then only you can able to select the PLCs. So that is what I am going to help you in this video. Before going to discuss about the today's topics, if you have not seen the first 3 videos, please have a look on the first 3 videos. Why? Because those things will help you the basic fundamental, then only this will be very easy to understand. Okay, PLC have a 3 different types: fixed, modular and rack. Okay, so before going to discuss the topics, you should know the brand which it is available in the market. So we have a different brands are available in the market: AB, ABB, Mitsubishi, Schneider. So different brands are available in the market in a PLCs. Each and every brand, they have the 3 different types of PLCs. Okay, when you take the PLC, there will be a power supply board, okay, and CPU board, and input section, output and communication. Okay, so this will be there in a PLCs. So when you take the fixed type PLCs, you will have the power supply, CPU, input, output and communication all together, it will be there. Okay, so if you bought that PLCs, if you want to add a more number of input output in your project, that can't be done in the fixed type PLC. Why? Because it is fixed, you can't add more number of input outputs. Okay, so there will be a restriction. If you have any problem in the input or maybe the output terminals, then you may have to stop the process. Your machine will never give you the production. Okay, to overcome the issue, we have to go for a rack type PLCs. Okay, so this is a simple example of fixed type PLCs that you can able to see in the image. Okay, so here you can see this is the input sections and you have an output sections, and you'll be having a communication ports. So those things will be there. You don't have the terminal, you just see the cursor where I'm showing here. You don't have an option to add a more number of input or maybe outputs. Okay, but when you go for a modular type, you can see, so in the image you can see when I'm showing a cursor, we have an input, output, and you have an external input output supportability. Take this model, you have an input, you have an output, and here you have an communication ports. Okay, and if you want to take another one more communication port is also available on this PLC, and if you want to add a more number of input output in this place, we have an options. Okay, this is a modular type. We can add a more number of input output. That is also depends upon the PLC model number, the supportability. Okay, so if you want to add another one more communication port, we can open this, and you want to buy the small module, and that can be fixed in this place. So communication port also can be increased in a modular type. Okay, so this is another one more example for modular type PLC, and you can see here, so this is a communication port which that input or maybe the output module will support. So this is the one of the input modules, and if you want to add a more number of input, we can take this terminal. So this kind of module will come in a market that you want to buy, and it has to be connected. But each and every PLC also have that limitation, how many modules this will support. How many modules means how many number of input output. So these things you should know before going to buy the module also. Okay, the capability you should know. And now when you go for a rack type, so in a rack type you have to understand very clearly, as I told you in the beginning, we have a power supply board, input board, output board, CPU and communication. When you go for a rack type, all those things will be there, but it will be in a separate slot. Say SMPS will be first, power supply board, and CPU, input, output, all the slots will be in a separate. If you are having a problem in the output slot, we can stop the process and we can easily replace the output module if we have a spare. And you have to do the rewiring, and you can bring the machinery in a running condition in a very short time. Okay, but when you go for a fixed type, this advantage is not there. This is a simple example image for the rack type PLC. You can have a look. So you have an SMPS and the next one CPU, input, output, all these modules will be available in a separate sections. Are you clear? And this is another one more example for a rack type also. So the first one is going to be the main module, main CPU. So this is going to be the spare, we call this a redundant. Okay, suppose, so this is going to be the standby. Suppose if the first main module having a problems, it will go in a fault mode sometimes. So in that case, the standby will come in active. So your machineries will never get stopped at any time. So this is advantage. And you can see this external communications like Profibus communication, Profinet communication, and optical communications. Those things will be discussed in the upcoming videos. Okay. So now to turn on the PLC, that is power up. So why it is very important? On the first day, they will test you whether you have a good knowledge in a wiring. Why? Because the PLCs are quite expensive. It will be minimum 20, 30, 40, 50, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 4 lakhs PLCs available in the market. Okay. So in a PLCs, 230 volt power supply supportability is also available, and 24 voltage power supply supportability is also available in the market. In Asian countries, we are getting a 230 volt. So if it is 230 volt supportable PLC, okay, we can directly give the 230 volt on the terminal. So you don't want to buy the SMPS. Okay, why? Because inbuilt of the PLC itself there is a SMPS. Okay, no need of SMPS. But if suppose if the PLC is 24 voltage supportable PLC, so then what you have to do? We are getting 230 volt, so we want to buy the SMPS. So we have to buy the external SMPS. In a market, different type is available. That means the range 2 amps, 5 amps, 10 amps is available in the market. So according to your requirement, you have to buy the SMPS, and from the SMPS we will be getting a 24 voltage. Mean we have to give a 230 volt to the SMPS. We will get a 24 voltage DC that has to be given to the PLC input power supply. So then the PLC will come in a active mode. Are you clear? So this is about the power supply is most important. Why? Because if it is 24 voltage supportable PLC, so if you have given a 230 volt on the first day itself, suppose if it is a minimum cost of 30,000 rupees, so it's loss. So 30,000 you are making a loss. Okay, so that people will never believe you. In industrial automations, that means process automation, all the devices are going to be very expensive. So if they want to believe you, you have to do the jobs properly. So they will test you on the first day. That is what I'm trying to repeat you. So if you're having a good knowledge in this wiring, then only you can able to be a good engineer. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, you should know to select the PLC. You should know to do the wiring properly. So then only you can become a good project engineers. Okay. So only I have given a very little small tips about this wiring and the types of PLCs. Apart from this, so there are a lot of things to be discussed about the scan time, about the input output, whether it is in a digital or analog. So in analog, current, voltage, all things has to be discussed in the next videos only. Okay, so I request you guys, if you have not seen the first 3 videos, please have a look on the first 3 videos. So then only your fundamental will get clear and the upcoming videos will be very easy to understand. Okay, So this video especially for a freshers, those who want to work in a core industries, those who have a dream to work in a core industries, for them 100% it will help. Okay, please recommend the juniors or maybe the freshers, those who want to place in a core industries, to have a look on these videos. Okay, if you like this video, please share and comment it and subscribe my channel. Have a good day. All the best.